We're going to raise some awareness about the Wapakoneta Area Community Foundation. Maybe you never heard of it. Well, now you'll find out more about it. We've got the Executive Director, Greg Myers, with us today to tell us all about it and find out more about maybe how we can even help out. So thanks for coming, Greg.
Oh, thank you, Holly. It's
all right.
pleasure.
So let's talk about this organization, the Community Foundation. When did it start? What's the mission?
It was started in 1989 by 13 individuals in the community who thought Wapakoneta should have its own foundation. Many communities in Ohio had foundations at the time, and they, incorporated, got started with doing some fundraising and make people aware about what the foundation's mission is, in being the leadership in identifying community issues that needed to be addressed, in being the tool by which the donors could establish their funds within the foundation and set up the criteria for how it would be spent, to actually execute the distribution of that money, to give the money away at appropriate times in appropriate places, and then also to manage the funds, to make certain that the monies were all well invested, well managed, so that there could be great growth, and allow all of that to happen in perpetuity, which means forever and ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does that mean? But all right. But so to have a foundation, it's nice to have this pot of money. I mean, can people ask for that money, or do you already know you divvy it out in scholarship funds, or does it constantly change maybe what the foundation is helping out?
It can change. It's all driven by what the donors or the investors have in mind. They can establish a very specific fund, like an endowment to one entity. They can establish a scholarship. They can establish a donor-advised fund that during their life they can say, I'd like it to go to these charitable purposes. Sometimes when we have a request or see a need, we'll advise the donors about those opportunities, and then they can say yes or no if they want to use some of their funds for that purpose. And then we have a general fund, if you will, called the Community Fund. That's unrestricted money that people have given to just allow the board at any time to make decisions about what projects need to have special funding for the foundation. That's the one that we do an annual campaign for.
Oh, okay.
Many people establish their fund as part of their estate, but if that's not what you want to do, if you'd like to just annually support the foundation, you can make a contribution during the campaign for the community fund.
Give us a couple examples of maybe things that, the foundation has said, yeah, we'll help out and we'll fund this project.
Well, we do a lot of scholarships. Last year we awarded 148 scholarships totaling over $200,000 to students, and many of those scholarships are renewable, so the student could apply year after year as they remain in college. We do a lot of special projects where have done funding for the YMCA, the public libraries. Last year the Community Fund awarded more than $219,000 since its foundation started it in 2016, it's awarded over $219,000 to more than 28 organizations of all types. We annually allow applications to the Community Fund twice a year, so that organizations can online, and students do their applications for scholarships now online as well.
So if someone would like to donate and can contact the office if it's part of your estate, or just as you said, you can just donate as part of the campaign, right?
Right. The annual Community Fund campaign, and you can donate to the Community Fund at any time. You don't have to wait until the fall when we do the campaign. And you can establish a donor-advised fund in the minimum amount is $25,000. If you decide that you want to do something special for a particular organization or entity, you can establish a donor-advised fund at that level, and then you can grow it over time. Some of our funds actually have annual fundraisers within that fund, and then people go to a golf outing or some kind of dinner that is sponsored by the fund organization itself. A lot of times those are the scholarship funds.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like this foundation can be an important part of the community.
It is an important part, and the board is interested in trying to see it grow and have more involvement by the community, more investment by the community. It's a way for a family or a business to create something that will last forever. We had one example of a farm couple had no children. They started a scholarship, then when both of them passed, when the wife passed, she left the foundation $3.5 million, which is going to last forever and do wonderful things in terms of helping students and projects in our communities.
What a legacy to leave behind. You can do it too if you want to help the foundation. Greg, thanks for sharing with us today.
You're welcome, Holly.
All right, don't go away. We'll look at the weather forecast next.